I should be up in a few minutes. I'm up and running. Pause the stream. I am on. I am live. Of course, that's just it. Slowly counting. Hello everybody, welcome back to my solo Minecraft world. I was gonna do Resident Evil, but I want to talk about something just about obviously streaming, and I've been really enjoying streaming a lot recently. I've been enjoying doing long streams on Fortnite and long streams playing horror games. But at the minute, I've just kind of been, I wouldn't say, I've been stuck at like what game I want to play. So like I either want to be on Minecraft, or I want to do Fortnite, or I want to continue Resident Evil 7. But the reason I'm not continuing it is I'm enjoying it. It's just the game's really weird and confusing. Like, I thought you go to the locked door and then you find Mia. I think he calls her Maya. Or you know, I thought you had... It's a very kind of odd, confusing game. And I don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying it. It is fucking great to play. It's interesting, funny. I am past that part. I did it in my own time because, not gonna lie, I just couldn't do it. It's too spoopy. I think the reason why I prefer playing some of the other games is because you kind of have a gun. I think you get a gun. I think I have one boss fight with Jack Baker, kind of, and then I do it. But I've kind of been. It's like, I want to play one game, but then I don't want to play it. I start up the stream, and then I'm like, I don't really want to play this. And then I'll go and maybe play something else for a bit. I've been enjoying doing Fortnite creative. I do want to do squads, but we just kind of stick to creative. The thing I wanted to do for squads, is gone now. It was basically unvaulted, but it was unvaulted. Like, everything was there. He had all the cool stuff back. And I wanted to do that, but they got rid of it before I could do anything. Which is a shame, but you know, you live and you learn. But I've been really enjoying streaming. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to disappear again after, you know, I've started streaming more often. You know, I'm not going to completely disappear. I'm going to try and keep consistently uploading. As I keep saying, I want to do edited videos. I just, at the minute, I kind of can't be asked. I'm just lazy in that sense. I want to, obviously, I want to continue the Resident Evil stuff. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy Resident Evil games. I want to do more horror games. I'm not playing shit like fucking... I'm not talking shit like, you know... I'll take the carrot. I'll take... carrots. I'm not talking shit like, there's a free game that I saw, and I immediately knew what it was, and immediately said no. It's with the Wendigo, and I've forgotten the game. I'm not playing that game. I don't like games where I have to choose who lives and who dies. I'm not playing fucking... yeah. I'll do multiplayer horror games. I don't mind those. I'll do FNAF. I'll do shit like FNAF and shit, because the thing with FNAF is that's a game I've said I'm going to do on my Instagram. I won't do VR horror games. I don't do well with VR. Makes me a bit sick. I want to do more. I really want to keep going and keep doing this. I don't know how often I want to complete Resident Evil 7. Just at the minute, I've kind of just been... I'll go to play it, and then I'll be like, I don't really want to play this game. I want to go play Minecraft. Or I want to go do Fortnite. You know, or it's too early to do this shit, or I'm too tired. Today I'm fine. Today was I just generally just wanted to play Minecraft and do this world. I will do edited stuff on this world. I don't know whether it will stay solo forever. Knowing me, it probably won't, because I don't have a good consistency of keeping worlds with just one person. I don't really want to go straight to multiplayer on it. I'm going to try and get as far as I can solo. But I might just get bored solo, but we'll see. As I said with horror games, I want to do more. I'm looking into FNAF and shit like that. But I didn't stand on that. I want to do more Resident Evil games. I was tempted to re-download 6 and just start streaming that. Show you guys like the clear difference, but I've already completed the Redfield one, the one where it's like a lot of sort of shooting shit. Revelations is on sale, but I don't. That's both games, and I don't like the look of Revelations 2. You play as Claire, and you play as another character from the very first game, which he hasn't really popped up much. I also found out more, apparently, the guy I thought was Louise from 4 was he's not. He's from a household, or people believe he's from a household in that game. There's different households that have different symbols. There's ones that have there's a mermaid one, which I'm really interested to see, because we have the Deminsky family. We're going to have other households around the map, which I'm kind of excited to see that, because it's nice. We have a spawner. I don't know whether it's a zombie one though. It is a zombie. And an enchanted all on a saddle. That's gonna come in handy. Bones. Doggy. Oh, and diamond horse armor. Sweet. and more bones and some iron. Um, I am looking forward to 8. I just think the heart of the game I'm looking forward to the most this year is probably the new FNAF game. I don't know when that's coming out. I believe it's possibly it's he said middle of, you know, middle of the year, around that time. So hopefully soon. Really hoping soon. Because I really enjoy Resident Evil 7. But over time, it can sometimes just get, like, obviously how 3 kind of went down. It gets less and less horror throughout the game. 3 was still scary. I just think it can sometimes, the games can go from this pure horror feel to more of a action sort of hero ending. Which, don't get me wrong, isn't bad. I'm not faulting the game for that. Just can sometimes change the feel a bit too quick. And I think that's where with FNAF I'm gonna struggle, because it's not gonna go from, hey, look, you're struggling, to look at this. You've done really well so far. It's always, I feel like for me, it's always gonna be, oh, you're struggling? Well, too bad. I'm definitely gonna edit that. I still need to find the other FNAF, all the FNAF games. I don't want to buy them all separately, because to me it's just... Don't get me wrong. If I could, like, yeah, I'm gonna play all the games and all of that, but it's just like, if I can get all the games for one price, it's better that way. I mean, I don't think I'm ever gonna touch Alien Isolation again. That game could go off itself. I fucking hated Alien Isolation. I don't think I've ever been more scared. Like, don't get me wrong, I was shitting myself in Resident Evil 3, but fucking Resident Evil 2 and all the Resident Evils, except from 6. Don't get me wrong, I was shitting it, but fucking hell, he is the most annoying, that thing. Alien is the most annoying thing. You think, oh, in the movie he's not that scary, you know, he's just a big old thing that hides in the shadows. He's not that horrifying. I don't know why they're bitching. He is so fucked in that game. He immediately comes and just murders you. One bad move and you're dead. I think I've watched someone did something really smart, and then they fucked it up. And then all you see is him sprint after you. He's like Mr. X. Imagine Mr. X, but more unkillable, a lot harder to find, because alongside with a similar sort of mechanic to Mr. X of, I don't know what they call the AI what they call the program they used for Mr. X, because it's along with that, along with constantly having to be on your toes, not being able to stop it at all, because, you know, you can stop Mr. X. It takes, like, I don't know how many it takes with a normal pistol. I generally never tried. I was, like, very much so smart about it all. Alongside with, obviously, not being able to make it stationary and only being able to distract it, it was a fucking pain. You can only, you know, find it if you're using heartbeat monitors, which is obviously fucking horrifying. It just made you constantly... I think it was like... Oh, fuck me. Where the fuck did I just go? I don't even know. Dude, I don't even know where I am. Dude, I'm lost. And I proceed to still go in it anyway. I think it was like, there was a lot to it as well. I think there was a lot of psychological stuff that happened around that game. Because I saw something of, what made me scared to play the game was something, what it does to your heart. Not anything like bad, but I think it was just similar thing of it, was that scary. I think it's a lot harder to describe when you don't, when you're like just watching it, because you're like, oh, it's not that scary, there's just, you know, it's just an alien. It's literally like being in a movie with a thing. You know, if it was aliens, then yeah, easy, they're fucking easy to kill, because they're like hive mind. When the alien's alone, it's stronger, because it needs to find a way to keep going, it needs to survive. I think that's how it works. I'm possibly talking out my ass here. I know that's... I watched a load of videos on aliens. And he's just horrifying in that aspect. You know. And like, you see him in like games like fucking Mortal Kombat and other games, and you see him in other shit, and he's just kind of made like a piss take sometimes. And don't get me wrong, I wouldn't necessarily think the alien is a piss take. I mean, he's going to be in Fortnite, which is going to be amazing. You know. But that game is honestly just pure terror at its finest. Because you're constantly, like, hoping... Because when you die... In most horror games, like, you die and then you go back to your save point and you think, oh, well, I died here. I died at this point in the game. So he must still be here. You know? The save points. You know, you hit a save point, you go there. Like with Mr. X, if I were to die on my Leon save... I would directly know where Mr. X is. You die in this game, it fucking RNGs your ass. It just goes, oh, so you died here, right? Yeah, he's behind you now. Like, you're like, dude. Because it's privated now, but there's a stream of me talking about where I died the last time I played the game. And I will never play that game again, because it's just so scary to kind of be put in the shoes of the characters from Alien. Not exactly the same characters, but in a similar aspect of you're put in there, you see how they felt in that time. You know, how kind of useless they were against this unstoppable killing machine. Not in 2. I'm not talking about 2. 2, the aliens were kind of piss takes, but you see how, like, they coped and how, you know, they dealt with it, and it's fucking horrifying. I don't think like, the way I'm saying it just makes me out like, oh, you're just scared of horror games, you know, you're usually scared. This is, it's not a horror game. This is just fucking, it is so bad. Because when you RNG the, like, killer, and you die and then you respawn, you're like, oh, well, I saved, he should still be there, right? And the game goes, ha, you would be right. but you're wrong. And you're there like, wait, what? And you just get absolutely hammered by him again. Makes the game so much more scary, and you has to rethink. I don't know whether Resident Evil 7's gonna be like that. I know 2 isn't like that, because I'm pretty sure I know where he is. He's only RNG when you go into a save room. Like when you're camping in a save room, he only kind of walks away. But you can kind of, it might be, but I believe it's not. I believe I've died and he's still been in the same spot before as Claire. I mean, for me, it's quite good in a game to see that. Despite me absolutely fucking hate talking about how much of it makes a game more scary, I absolutely love it in a game. Because it makes you constantly have to kind of think and actually survive in a horror game. Because, you know, most times you just kind of get a gun and then you kind of feel safe. You know, but in this game it's like, oh, you have a gun? Yeah, you know, that'd be useful if the alien actually fucking died. I think you can shoot him with the gun, but it just reflects off him. You just kind of just takes it and just eats it. I think more comes in at the end of the game. But, you know, the only time you get anything to stop him is like near the sorry, near the fucking end of the game is where you kind of get stuff to stop him, or you get the flamethrower and they don't like it. I will get round to playing it. I mean, I've been really enjoying playing Predator Hunting Ground on stream. Despite me either being a really douchey predator who just fucking camps in the trees and takes you out with a laser, or comes down and then comes to kill you, or being a really shite predator who just gets too cocky and gets too kill hungry. I mean, they definitely nerfed the Valkyrie. She was tanky when she first came out. She had Viking health, Vikings something else. She was tanky, and I say that with a lot of fucking emphasis. She was just fucking disgustingly good. She is probably my favorite character though, design-wise, and the Shogun, Samurai Predator. I'm hoping to see more, because they just kind of came out. I think the main reason I got the game was for the Viking Predator. I love the designs of these characters. Yeah, like, oh, you have to pay like what, £4 for them, but they're really, really good designs, and they're really, yeah, probably can say they're pay to win. But, you know, who cares? It's Predator anyway. I have to wait like 4 minutes, 10 minutes to get in a game as Predator. I'm pretty sure you guys can handle me, you know, someone paying £4 for a Predator when Yui has to wait like 10 minutes to get a game. I mean, I'm really hoping they do like a Gladiator Predator. I can see a Pirate Predator coming out. That's more so because there was a Predator who showed up around that time. I'm hoping for a gladiator predator, so maybe we could get like some sweet like trident that maybe you could throw. Now that would actually be fucking evil. A trident throwing predator. It's like the net, but just if you get stuck, you're just screwed. That'd be evil. I think that'd just be nasty. I enjoy the game. I'm gonna keep with it. I'm hoping there's more predators. Like the ones that I already like in the game. Because don't get me wrong, the ones that are in the game are really cool. You just like, there's one that, it's like, it's that shitty meme from Wonder Woman 84. It's good, but it can be better. That can, you know, that kind of plays into, in my eyes, with the Predator game. You know, I really like the look of the Predators, and it can get better. There can be cooler ones. Personally, there's a lot of time frames that Predators, like, I would like to see like maybe a Predator with like a Ra mask from the Egyptian time period. Where's me phone? Because, you know, a gladiator predator would be sick, but she's got a fucking trident. Starts kicking ass. Oh, I need to pause the stream. I mean, that'd be cool. Maybe, I wonder how they would have caught it. Maybe he just was like, oh, you know what? There's a bunch of people just fighting here. Actually, he probably would disagree with them. Would he? Would a predator disagree with, Now I'm going into the philosophical terms of predators. They are... I don't think he would fight them, because they were slaves made to fight. Would they have weapons? Yeah, they had weapons, so he would technically fight them, wouldn't he? I don't know. I mean, unless they were sick, I don't think he would have killed them. Unless they went and attacked him. Because they have a rule of they can't kill anyone who's sick, pregnant. They can't kill women, children, pregnant people. So, they'll still kill you if you're a woman. No, I think they kill women. No, I'm confused, man. I don't know, that their things are confusing, because if you're unarmed, pregnant, a child, or sick, you don't get killed, because they don't deem you worthy. They don't deem it as a sort of worthy fight. Which in my eyes is kind of fucking bollocks, because it's just kind of like, oh, well, you know, what happened? Because it's been, I think Predator before in the Aliens vs. Predator comics, he killed a bunch of children, and they kind of just was like, bruh, the fuck? Well, I struggle at killing creepers. But, I'm curious to see how a Predator in that times would work. I mean, the Egyptian predators wouldn't be too out of the picture. I'd like to see an Aztec predator. Maybe they have like one of those... I don't know what the weapons the Aztecs use, but they're like, they're either like blunt-edged, like, sort of tools that are spiked, or they're something else. I'd like to see something like that, because it was the Aztecs in Alien vs. Predator that built the Predator temples. We're most likely gonna see Wolf from Aliens vs Predator because he's because they've done City Hunter. They haven't done Jungle Hunter. Possibly they might do the Super Predator, and the Berserker Predator. They have the Berserker Predator, but they don't have the original. Oh, oh, oh. They don't have the original one, which was the one that had a weird face, which was a bad Yautja. Bad blood. Which is what you do if you're fucking a dishonorable pretty boy. Which would be quite cool, maybe, to see as a game mode, maybe. But I have been enjoying that game. I've been really enjoying it, and the Super Predator might be a free content update. Because the Jungle Hunter was kind of a... I'm back, and I dropped my thing. But yeah, he could be a free update, unlike the Jungle Hunter, because he's not technically I don't know. He would probably be, I think he would be less technology. He would have a new wrist launcher, like the Jungle Hunter came with one. I don't know whether they would be similar. Maybe similar, maybe not. I'm not too sure. But yeah. I mean, he might be sold, might not. I don't mind which way they do it, because I think the most you level up is playing as the Predator. Which is a bit of an annoyance, but... I mean, it's not like hard to kill the Predator. It's quite easily done. Because I don't... Like, the most times you'll get, like, the most strategic Predators, I think I came across one, just whoops your ass immediately. They don't even mince around, they just come after you with all the best gear, kill you, and then fuck off. Don't even care about, like, doing the thing, they just murder you. I think the person did it to us, I ain't sure though. Greek Predator. Pretty sure that's just Spartan Predator. Gladiator Predator and then a Spartan Predator. Could do a future Preddy. They could do Survivor in the Predator armor from number 2. Or at least a human Predator in their gear. Maybe if they do the Berserker Predator, bring back the guy, the gal, and forgot his name, Sniper Gal and Shotgun Guy. Because I know he just gets Predator gear. Because like there's a 4-armed Predator. Like, how fucked would you be if that fucking came after you in the movies? But I'm pretty sure he's not as smart. I mean, apparently there was going to be like a monkey Predator in the newest Predator movie. They had like dog Predator. I want to see the Predator hounds in the game as a perk or something, or you can send them out. Because there's some cool fucking things. I think there was like a gorilla Predator or something as well. There was a lot of rumors of like a load of predator species. But obviously, I think they got cut because of the whole shit about they actually hired a sexual predator. That's not a funny joke. um, they actually hired the whole controversy with that movie is they hired a sexual offender, uh, uh, with Jack Black. I'm pretty sure no. Shane Black? No, I forgot his name. He hired someone without telling the staff, and there was a lot of controversy with that, which was understandable. So that might have been why they cut it out. I would have liked to seen that. There's a lot. That's why I like looking at concept art in games, because you see all the cool shit in the concept art, and you just think, why wasn't that added? You know, I saw concept art in Destiny 2 of these giant, like, centipedal creatures. I'm just like, you're telling me we could have had that? You know, instead of fighting the fucking brute ripoffs and vandals, we could have had cool centipedal looking creatures, cool lobster looking people. My Iad looks like the creatures from Fallout 4. That's a game I might play on stream. I really enjoyed Fallout 4. I think probably my favorite part of it was Nuka World. I like the idea of a post-apocalyptic Disneyland. I'm big in I like zombie games that have a scientific explanation to it. And imagine a post-apocalyptic Predator. Just nukes himself, just a predator nukes themselves in a facility. That'd be funny as shit. Ninja Predator. It's like a scout, but faster. I don't play the other classes than the ones I've brought, because I'm sad like that. I would like to see maybe the Predator dogs, the Predator hounds from the movie come into the Predator game. I just think that would be quite an interesting sort of perspective of you can maybe like set up in a tree somewhere far away and send them in. Because you've also got, there was a Predator in the movie with the bunch of bad bloods called Talon or Falcon. Falcon. He's Talon or Falcon. And he had a drone. He had a drone he had control over, which would make an absolutely sick Predator ability. For me, at least, I think would be quite cool. I'm into anything that's kind of used from the movies, because I know Wolf would probably have security gates. He would have security gates, right? Because one of his things was he had laser grids that he camped in a sewer and just waited for him. Wolf is just a badass. I think another character we could see come into the game is Dutch's younger brother, because Dutch when Dutch went missing, his younger brother went to investigate and fought a predator. I mean, Predator's just one of those characters who are really, really cool. Cyborg Predator. He's just a predator that survived being killed and has to reclaim his techno. Oh, that'd be sick. And he has an inbuilt wrist launcher. You know what? That'd be sick. We just gotta wait and see, to be fair. It's just like one of those games that you just kinda... I came on, I didn't know whether I still wanted to play it because they weren't doing much updates. I come on one day, it updated, I was like, oh, okay, just update it. Anything new? Saw the Valkyrie Predator and thought, fuck yeah. And I like that they actually added female predators, because they were kind of like, I think in the comics they were just alluded, and they were alluded to being stronger than the males, sort of a hierarchy like how spiders are stronger. Or is that aliens? Is that the Ultra or the Xenos? Probably the Xenomorphs. But they were either alluded to be like when they do show up, they're fucking tanky as shit, or they're not. I mean, I like what Predator, the new Predator movie, established, that they've always been hunting, they've always come here. It's quite funny to see when, you know, they didn't have guns, how the fuck I mean, Predators are pretty honorable anyway. It's what's so cool about them. I get why some people say, like, as the Predator movies go on, they get worse. I don't think the Predator movies got worse. I like the idea of them going from a normal jungle to the urban jungle, as people call it, to see how he acts in those kind of environments. Sorry if I just go off subject. There was a car crash. Or an accident. I'll call it an accident because I don't fucking know. Happened outside my house. Not hit my house, but it hit our neighbour's car. Or, I don't know. Just something happened, and I just kind of I just went to see what's going on. It was what makes them... I don't think the movies got bad. I definitely think... I saw why some people didn't enjoy Predators, the new one. There was a lot of... It had a lot of swearing in. I think what Shane Black tried to do was he tried to recreate the sort of comedy of Dutch's group from the first movie, the sort of jokey, oh haha, you know, look, I'm taking a piss, kind of characters. But I think my dad liked the plot, the whole autistic kid plot. I think, you know, it was kind of, and for me, it made no sense. Like, I'm not dissing it because it's, you know, oh, he's got autism. No, it's more of, surely then they would have tried to capture Einstein, or Stephen Hawkins. If you think about it, they want to go the next step, right? Fucking kidnap Stephen Hawkins and fucking Darwin and all the smart ones. Why would they be... I mean, it makes sense, because there's a lot of theories with the Super Predator of him being, part xenomorph, is why he can, camouflage. Which is interesting. It just didn't make as much sense. But, it was cool nonetheless. You know, I think some people had issues. Some people say the movie had, Hollywood autism. I think some people call it, where autism is portrayed to be a superpower. I don't massively like that saying. Not because it offends me, it's just there's different spectrums of autism, and it can obviously affect people in a way, and people saying, oh, maybe with Hollywood autism where the kid's super smart. It could be anyone in the world, to be fair. Anyone, you know, if they maybe established more that maybe the kid knew the language because it's like puzzles. It's putting shapes together, like puzzles. Or for some people with autism, puzzles are quite good. Some people with autism are quite good with puzzles. If they established that, then maybe it would have been a little bit better. I think him at the corny ending, I can get if they said no, that was fucking kind of shite. I didn't really like it. The suit was cool. They're doing more. I think Disney's now working on Predator. I'm so glad Disney's not gonna put Predator in a fucking Disney princess outfit. That was one of my jokey things I said about Star Wars. When I first saw Disney brought Star Wars. They had Disney princess music over a very serious scene. But they made Mandalorian, so, Disney's redeemed themselves, in my eyes. I'm not too fussed on the sequels, despite me absolutely shitting on Rey as a terrible character. I mean, they had some cool characters. I didn't really know about the Finn, and after all, I watched someone do a review and say how Finn could have had a proper ending in one of the movies, and Rose. I saw a lot of shit, apparently people were talking shit about Rose, and I was like, oh, I kind of feel bad for her character. And then there's people giving actual explanation on why Rose is a bad character, and I was like, oh, yeah, it makes sense. I don't know. I hope the next Predator movie, I think they're doing a reboot of the franchise. If they are, reboot from the second movie. Because you technically don't need the third movie to progress with the movies the other ones were setting up. Use the Predator game, or do a what's those series? It's a series with episodes, but they're of different stories. I forgot what they're called. Do that, but different art styles with the different Predators. So maybe when it's the Samurai Predator, do the art of the art, certain anime art style to it. It's all rustic, it's slow moving sort of combat. I don't know what the art's called. Do that kind of art of maybe dub it in with actual Japanese, of a Japanese man speaking. That would be sick. Maybe the legend of the clawed-faced killer. That, I would fucking lose my shit over a series like that. I'm a big fan for... that would be sick. Maybe do an episode where it's the Valkyrie, maybe. It's a Viking who claims to survive the Valkyrie, but then he gets killed at the end of the episode by the Valkyrie Predator. Maybe do one with a gladiator Predator, how, like a medieval... I want to see a medieval Predator in the game, but he has a claymore. Because obviously claymores are different to katanas in the way you use them. Because I think with a claymore you can kind of elbow barge and... It's hard to describe, but that would be such a cool series in the way they kind of have the character, how they do different art styles for the different Predators. I think having a Japanese man explain the story of this, noble samurai this noble samurai, how he died in combat to this fang-faced killer, and how this killer's kind of... I think that would be a really cool series. I think Disney should do. I think I think it would be it wouldn't be getting in the way of any of the other Predator movies. It would just be looking at them through time and maybe how different people dealt with them. Because Predators could be assholes and just use all their tech, but I'm pretty sure the Samurai Predator would have used his katana. I would like to see I'd like to see that because seeing predators through time and how, they would have worked and maybe how they would have hunted. Like there was an Alien series where there was a lot of people who had a lot of doubt about it because basically it was just going to be like a farming thing and then an alien wasn't going to show up till the end, and I think a lot of people thought that would be kind of boring. I don't think it's that bad. I personally I would think it would be much cooler maybe slowly over time, more and people getting picked off. I don't know where they're going to go with the whole guy. I don't know whether Alien Covenant's a prequel or a sequel, or I don't know what it is. It's like one of those movies where I think it's meant to be a sequel of how the Xenomorphs were made, but then that don't make no sense because that would mean the guy who made them would have met the Predators. Because they are canon. Predator versus Alien are both in the same universe. Because in the new Predator movie, they had references to the alien spear the Pred-Alien host made. That could be a cool one. They do an Aliens vs Predator collab and they had the Pred-Alien as a playable character. I would fuck with that. Out of the two, I love the Predator, but I would prefer to play the Alien. Because I think it's more interesting playing the Alien because he has a whole new look to him. He's a whole different kind of hunting. And they either hunt in packs to fuck you up, or they hunt as a group. Which is pretty fucked. And then you've got obviously young unblooded predators. I think you first see a berserker predator in Aliens vs Predator. The big beefy guys, not the actual one I was referring to earlier. I think he's not Chopper. Celtic. Celtic's a berserker because he's quite strong. He relies more on his brute force. He just swings a alien around. And you can see Celtic's a fucking buffed up predator. And there's fucking workers just... Because Grid is his name. The fans gave him a name. Grid's a worker. There's some theories suggesting Grid's a queen though. So that some workers could develop into a queen. It was in the Aliens vs Predator game. There was an alien called Six, and Six was a queen host. So instead of when the queen dies, instead of dying off like the rest of the aliens, she will molt into a queen when the time is ready, and will begin starting a new hive. So they're like ants. I think alien workers will die once the queen's dead. So So once the queen's dead, they just die. Unless there's a thing. So people believed, despite, if we take out the picture of Grid's possibly a queen person, he's a worker. And he's going up against, Celtic, who's pretty fucking, looks pretty fucking tough. Chopper kind of got nailed, and the other guy, I don't know his name, Scar, the Predalien host, he's pretty tactical, but Celtic's a tanky fucking predator. I'm pretty sure he could handle his own, but this worker, fucking kicked his ass. Put up a really fucking good fight. So, it comes to show how fucking strong aliens are when it comes to that kind of thing. I mean, protomorphs are just... So it goes, there's neomorphs, which I don't think are related. I think are a more human, parasitic form of the aliens. He was seen in Covenant. They're more like a humanish, less biomechanical looking one. And then there's protomorphs, which are a xenomorph, but less biomechanical, more skeletal, more humanish, just more resemblance of the Xeno. And then there's just the Xeno, who his own goal is to fuck up your day. Because protomorphs and neomorphs were animalistic, just had no sort of sense of survival. Xenomorphs, they are built for the survival of their species. Because in all the Alien movies, they never kill the alien if you think about it. If you put it that way. The only movie they killed the aliens were in Covenant, Aliens, and in the last two movies. But the last two movies, they killed aliens, but like if you think about it, they never killed the single workers because of how tanky they were. And technically, that worker that took on Celtic Net should have been a lot weaker than usual because there was more than one alien. So, comes to show how fucking nuts the xenomorphs are. I still think Predators are pretty cool though. I think if the Viking Predator went against the fucking, he probably would have, to be fair. I think they need to establish that more into the fucking lore. They need to make a Xeno Hunter. It's I've got his name. There's a Pacific one, Snake Hunter. Snake Hunter is his name. Snake Hunter's his name. He's the he was like he specifically targeted Xenos. Basically, he's Wolf if Wolf was jacked. So, give Wolf one purpose, only killing Xenos, and then you've got Snake. Snake literally he has to go kill a bunch of them. Because Wolf cleans up. Wolf hides any evidence. And he hunts. I think he's meant to stop, like, an outbreak. Snake is just the guy you send in if there's an outbreak. Because, technically, is he Serpent Hunter? He might be Serpent Hunter. But he has, like, a Xenomorph mask. He's in the aliens because aliens are technically classified as how you get blooded. Because Charles actually told me the they're not the ultimate prey. They're how you become a predator. They need to establish that more. They need a Xeno hunter in the Predator game, Predator Hunting Ground. Maybe he has the Predator this spear. Has a similar design to Dutch. But Snake is just that guy you send to fuck up the Xenomorph's day. I think he died to a Xenomorph though, or ironically. You know, the guy who's built to just hunt him dies to the thing he's built to hunt. I mean, we're finally getting the Predator versus characters from Marvel because, you know, Disney's Disney now obviously owns the right to them. I think their matches ups are fucking stupid as shit. I'm not even joking. I don't know much about Shang-Chi. I think I've seen more and more pop up over time about him. I've seen like comic strips with him in, but I don't know how he's fighting the aliens. If he fought the Predator, I would be like, okay, yeah, that's fine. That makes sense. Predator wouldn't just one-tap him in the head with the fucking plasma caster. But he's fighting aliens. The Xenomorphs, who have acid blood. He's not fighting one. He's fighting a load. So they're weaker, more easier to, obviously, they pop like bugs. Hence the name, they're called bugs. By thingies. He's using his fists. He's gonna have fucking no arms. I get why the Hulk is. That's gonna be somewhat reasonable, because the Hulk can, obviously, I think, with his new comics, he's got, like really fucking good regenerative abilities now. The Hulk makes sense. You know, Wolverine makes sense. Wolverine has a healing factor. I mean, Iron Man, I think, is fighting the Predator. That makes more sense than fucking Batman. Because, you know, the Predator's gonna lose the fight, and then the Predator's gonna be like, well, fuck, I've got to blow myself up. And then Batman's gonna be like, no! And it just fucks up. Because that breaks Batman's kill rule. You beat the Predator in battle. I think he has to gravely wound it, though. I don't know how that comic book goes down, because I think it's like a Bad Blood. That's being, that fights Batman. Or I think it's a Batman and Robin situation with Predator and a young accomplice. But Iron Man makes a bit more sense because technically Iron Man could win a fight against the Predator. Iron Man has no kill rules. Venom versus the Xenomorph. I think I'm looking forward to seeing how that turns out. Because technically Venom can do a dick move and go, huh, Xeno's a bit stronger. Because he goes to the next, like, strongest host if his host is losing a fight. Which is kind of funny. It's like, you're weak. I'm gonna go join this guy now. I don't know who else. I just know they're doing a bunch of comics. Um, I only mainly saw the alien ones, and then I saw a Predator one of him holding Tony's head. So, well, Tony's armor with a head coming out of it. I mean, they could have put War Machine instead of Shang-Chi if they wanted a character to completely go ham. I think War Machine would have been a good pick. Maybe Scarlet Witch could be a pretty cool idea. They have Star Wars comics. Don't mind seeing Darth Vader tear some fucking aliens to shreds. I'm pretty sure he'll fucking lose his shit with the aliens. The Predators will probably just throw sand at him, though. That was an unfunny Star Wars meme. I'm sorry. I don't know. I think when it comes to, like, matchups, I just think too logically about it. Shang-Chi might have some obviously similar things to Iron Fist, where he has overtly strong hands. I mean, I don't really know the lengths of the alien's acid and how much it works. I know this much, it does burn people if it gets on their skin. And it does do a lot of damage, so... Gotta wait and see, I guess. But I know Shang-Chi has, like, other people. I think he has a guy with, like, a fucking hammer and shit, so... I don't know. I'm not that interested in it, to be fair. I think my favorite characters mostly come from Spider-Man. Is probably Venom and Black Cat. Black Cat because I liked her before, you know, Superior Spider-Man went and fucked everything up. Because obviously that was a thing. I like Black Cat. She's actually a really kind of cool character. Kind of, she's in love with who Spider-Man is and not Peter Parker. Kind of adds that kind of, you know, how, you know, she fell in love with Spider-Man and Peter fell in love with her. I liked what the PlayStation game established, that they actually had, they were together after MJ broke up. I'd like to see how she's dealt with in the new game. I feel like she's gonna pop up more and help. Because I feel like... What I feel like is gonna happen is Green Goblin's gonna be a villain. Venom's gonna be somewhat bad, somewhat good. Rose is gonna be a character. If you don't know who Rose is the supposedly dead son of Fisk, who becomes a crime mob. But instead of hating Fisk for accidentally killing his Fisk's wife, Rose's mother, he actually breaks Fisk out because this game's gone off a different rule. He breaks Fisk out of prison, and instead of Miles I feel like that might be what happens. Just gotta wait and see, I guess. Still waiting on Spider-Man character. He's meant to actually be coming out this month in Avengers. I'm gonna see what he looks like. I ain't going back to that fucking game. What annoyed me the most is he's a PlayStation exclusive character, which is already a major wrong in my eyes. He should have came out just straight after the game launched, because he's, in my eyes, he shouldn't have a Full-scale giant-ass update. So he should have came out a lot earlier. I just think it was just a terrible idea. But I've certainly seen I am definitely looking forward to the next Spider-Man game though. Especially with Venom in it. And I'm hoping if they do his own game, they do Agent Venom. And I hope they don't do a fuck-up of Flash. I mean, I'm pretty sure they had Eddie Brock in one of the games. I think. They had a character called Eddie, which I thought was Eddie Brock when watching someone play through the game again. I was going to do that a playthrough as well. The Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man game. Because I'm not the biggest fan of Miles Morales. Personally. And I'm not saying like, oh, because I prefer Peter Parker or he's just a clone. I don't actually think he's a clone. I don't like him because I just don't massively like Spider-Man characters. Maybe the only two I like is Ghost Spider and Silk, because I quite like the idea of there wasn't only one being bitten, and I like how every time Peter meets Silk, they just fuck, unironically. Like, they don't even know. They just get in a frenzy, and then they wake up, they're like, oh, did we shag? And then they're like, oh, we did. The fuck? I find that quite funny. I just not a big fan of the Spider-Man Spider family. I don't think Miles is a bad character. I think his design's cool. I like his last stand, because he gets a last stand, like how a lot of the Marvel characters did. I like his one. His character design is cool. I think he definitely has really good development as a character. I think his might just be just as good as Spider-Man. And I like the message behind. One of his messages is he doesn't want to be Black Spider-Man. He wants to be Spider-Man, which I think is a really cool message for his character. Is that he just wants to be Spider-Man. He just wants to be a hero, which is sick. I think... I probably said it wrong. But he's just a really good character. I don't massively hate him. I prefer Peter over him, because Peter's just kind of... Peter's used a Venom suit. And immediately kind of is a win for me, because I love Venom. Venom's my favorite character. Eddie Brock Venom is the best Venom. You know, Flash definitely comes in at a hot second, because Flash is... Agent Venom's cool, but when he's anti-Venom, Agent Anti-Venom, he's cooler. I think probably... Actually, no. My favorite person from the Spider family is fucking Kane. Scarlet Spider is the sickest fucking guy ever. He's just so fucking angsty and everything. He's just a Red Hood of the Spider-Man family. Just angsty... pissed he's come back from the dead, you know. He's just such a fucking sick character. I remember I signed up for some Spider Family thing, and I got comics, and I remember reading, and I got really, like, he died. I was like, no! He's so cool. But he's definitely... Miles is probably one of the best characters in Marvel. One of the best new sort of offshoots of another hero. I don't like Ironheart. I don't really care for her. She pissed me off because her character is, oh, I hacked Tony's stuff. That immediately means I'm the best. No, it doesn't. I don't like Kamala Khan. I'm not a big fan of Miss Marvel. but I like that she made a pretty good reason why Tony's stuff is easy to hack. He's egotistical. His password would probably be him. His name. That's reasonable. She's making it out that he is the hardest person in the world to hack. If you were talking about when he was I think he's now like depressed in the new line of comic books. And maybe he doesn't want people stealing his tech. Yeah, sure, I'd understand that. But no, he's in a coma. So immediate fucking douchebag fucking hacks his tech, and I just don't like Riri Williams. I also don't like the fact they're going with Ironheart as a series for Disney Plus. Personally, just think they should just go with Morgan. That totally no longer relevant character that you used only to set up a plot line that was later fooled by Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Don't get me wrong, I love the Tom Holland Spider-Man. I think he's pretty cool. I like him. He's a decent Spider-Man. But, you could have had Morgan as Ironheart. You could have had her struggle with the role of taking up her father's mantle. It's just going to be, oh, I hacked the hero of the fucking world's technology, and now I'm really cool. I want in that series Spider-Man to kick her ass. Or War Machine. One of the two. I just don't like her character. I think it just comes from an aspect of, it's just, she hacks Tony Stark's stuff and then thinks she's good. Or from what I've seen of it. And it's just like, that doesn't make you immediately good. That just kind of shows, I don't know. I just think Ironheart should have been Morgan. I think in the comics, should have been Morgan. And I think I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to do the Young Avengers now, and do the more they go forward, the more younger there is, pushing it on to the next Avengers. I get that. I'm not gonna watch the Ironheart series. I'll watch Armor Wars because I like the idea of War Machine blowing people to pieces with actual guns. I think that could be quite cool. Personally. I'm not going to watch Ironheart. I'm not going to watch She-Hulk. I'm not a big fan of She-Hulk. Personally. I'm not a big fan of Hulk either. So it's just more of a point of I'm not interested in either character. I wouldn't watch a Hulk series if they did a Hulk series. I think if the Miss Marvel series has some play in like WandaVision, I wasn't going to watch WandaVision, then maybe I'll go watch it. I might watch the Moon Knight series. From what I've been seeing, it might be R-rated, so I don't like the casting of fucking the guy from that. I don't like him. I just don't like his casting, personally. I don't think I'm gonna watch the next Resident Evil movie, either. I don't know. I just don't think it's gonna be good. I think Resident Evil should stick to like their animated style of it. Or go from the first movie, because they have Leon in this, which immediately is like, I think people just kind of want to see the first movie. If you're doing what I think Scott Cawthon's doing for game movies, he's doing a whole new story, whole new, thing to... Personally, I think he should have done the books, but, I also think he could do a really good series out of the Fazbear Frights. Animate that. I would love to see those books animated. There's some of the fucking fucked up stories in that. I think the funniest one that later scared me was Fetch. Fetch is so fucking horrifying. I quite liked... I think the plush strap one's probably the worst for me. It's a doll. I don't care. Oh, technically it's a teddy bear. Fuck off. It's a doll. It's a fucking doll. They call it a doll. It's a doll. Still a doll. It still fucking moves and makes noises and copies you. It's gonna fucking scare me. The Eleanor one got me. That one was really freaky. I liked the Funtime Freddy one. I think Funtime Freddy's probably one of my favorite animatronics because of how sadistic he is. And you can tell which ones are from the book universe and the game universe. The Funtime Freddy one is from the book universe because in the games, Funtime Freddy is dead, technically. He is combined with Ennard. And for me at least, I can because I like doing theories on that game. But Fetch is funny. I found Fetch funny of how it's based off of this robotic dog who takes everything literally. And then I made jokes like, oh, Fetch just takes everything so literally. He's like, oh, you want to get a girl from Fetch? Is like, hey, need some condoms or some shit. I think a lot of his his character thing is a lot different. I think he's quite I don't know. I like the Fazbear Fright books. I found the Springtrap one interesting with the golden bunny and how animalistic fucking William Afton was. That motherfucker is nuts. He fucking bites people. Like, dude. I get it might have been an actual animatronic, but I like the sort of visual of it's a page in the book, and it's literally the kid goes in his room where his dad would sleep. He walks in, and he just sees the yellow rabbit on the fucking bed, just laying there, staring at the ceiling. It's just like, dude, this is meant to scare me. I'm just more laughing at the fact there's a yellow rabbit just sat in a bed, laying, contemplating life, while also mentally scarring this poor kid. It's just not fun. I think the FNAF universe is very, very diverse in how fucked it is. Because you can tell which one's based off of the game universe and then the book universe. I think the book universe is the universe the new game's based in. I personally think it is. Because obviously Afton seems more sort of crazy in that, whereas in the games, Afton's more reasonable, rational kind of. He's not exactly batshit crazy and bent on trying to live forever, like in the other games. Because if you think about it, Afton in the other games, Afton in the books, he wants to live because he does research on the things, and then and then in the VR game, he wants you to continue his work. I mean, it's pretty fucking fucked. You know. And it's like one of those things of, it's an interesting sort of character point for Afton, at least. You know. It's how you can tell which Afton's which. Because obviously Scott said the games aren't connected at all. They're completely and utterly different. We've done good today on fucking iron and shit. And coal. But for me, I can kind of see differences. I don't think Afton's insane and also another thing between the books. Henry is still alive. Afton is dead in the games. Dead with quotation marks. Henry's alive. So Henry in the... I actually managed to remember his name. I struggle with his name. Henry's alive. In the books, Henry's dead. Afton's alive. And Henry's dead with his daughter. And Afton's alive with his daughter. And you kind of see the difference between how in the games Afton kind of breaks down the same way Henry did in the books. In the books, he went, insane after the death of Charlie. And the same with Afton. He went insane after the death of his daughter, also known as Bitch Boy Baby. Fucking hate her. Oh, don't worry, they're not gonna kill you. As fucking Biddy Babs trying to pull open a door, trying to claw your fucking knob off. Like, fuck off, you animatronic dog turd. Not even playing the game, I'm already vexed. Be quiet, she can't hear you. Well, no fucking shit! Oh yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and do a cup of fucking tea. But there's clear differences. And, because he kind of goes down the same street. And, like, after the death of his child, he gets bitten. He, does the same thing. Henry did. He rebuilt his son. And then left his son. Whereas Charlie sort of didn't know what was going on. Afton did. I think also another thing, how fucked the, I haven't finished the Fourth Closet, but I know full well it is a fucked book. Not as in, like, bad, just what Baby does to Charlie when obviously people think it's Charlie, and then Baby goes round, kills Charlie's aunt. It's just so horrifying. But you can see the different survivability of the two Aftons. William in the games kind of doesn't survive as well, and in the books he's just like, oh, I've survived the Springlocks, I've survived it again, I got crushed, I have a literal fucking spear in my eye, and I'm still alive. I also survived being burnt. Try me, bish. He literally survived being burnt, and then he explodes, and then he's still alive, in the form of Annie. And apparently he's still gonna be alive, because some people saw his corpse. Fucking knobhead Enderman. Yeah, some people saw his fucking Springlock suit, and I'm just sat there like, so this fucker's still alive? Put everything in here. Take that out, and that out, and that out, and start putting it in here. This is not... Dude, how much fucking iron do I actually have? I have too much. Do do do, la da da, da do do do. I'm gonna sleep. Oh, it's not even night time. Oh, come on. I think the difference, you can kind of tell the difference between the Aftons. Because obviously the books aren't the same. I used to think they were in the same universe, but then I kind of just saw the difference. What's the clear difference is Henry's still alive. I think he burns himself, though. He kills himself in that game. He kills himself in one of the games with everyone. Because he burns him, he burns Baby, because for Baby, she was brought into this mess. The Ennard, he burns Ennard, who is Molten Freddy, which is supposedly the children, but could possibly not be the melted children, because whereas that would have worked in the book universe, because it is the children in the book universe, that's why Funtime Freddy's so fucked in the head. I think Afton, before he could do that, was Springlocked. He was Springlocked, so he could just be, that could just be one of the offshoots. Or, because technically still in the gameverse, Afton is still alive. Because, no. In the gameverse, Afton's dead. Afton got fucked. And he's now stuck in purgatory because of the sleeping body. The one you shouldn't have killed. And now, this is what confuses me, right? It's like, nah. You shouldn't have killed the Golden Freddy kid, you know. Even though, right,
He killed Charlie. Charlie's the one in the games that caused all this mess. She put the children in the suits. She made them possessed. But nah. Golden Freddy's spirit, you know. Shouldn't have killed that kid. You fucked. You fucked up then. He shouldn't have killed any of the kids. But surely the worst one's Charlie. Because Charlie, you know, went round, you know, fucking him over. I think she's the reason why he's still in the suit. But, I mean, I think also Michael, yes. Yeah, Michael got burned as well. 'Cause Michael got burned as well. But, I would like to see, maybe it's not Michael who shows up. Maybe it's Michael in the game and he shows up and he, like, fucking just, you know, it's a scene and he just punches Vanny in the face. Some shit. I just like that sort of heroic thing of their characters just show up and they're like, yes, we must save you. I mean, there's also the Stitch Wraith is kind of being set up at the minute. If any of you don't know, the Stitch Wraith is he's a new animatronic who recently has been kind of on a murder spree, I would like to say. Bit of a murder spree recently. They've just been going around kind of killing some people. And he's just been kind of doing that in the new books. I will be turning these all into blast furnaces. I'm going to make a storage system down. I'm going to start digging that out. But he's been kind of making a name currently in the books. He's just been kind of chopping up some people, doing some of that, you know. And he's fucking evil as shit. He's got no remorse for anyone, I don't think. He's kind of like... Because he immediately went off and killed... like 3 people. Like, he immediately murdered, like, a bunch of people. Used them as skin suits. Fucking Revenant. Fucking Revenant inspiration. And then... oh, my eye hurts. Been going for an hour and 38 minutes. Huh. And then he kinda popped up over time. Sorry. Okay, so Ellen Ripley and the Xenomorph. Leaked early, so they should be coming out tonight. nice. I don't think we're gonna make a preset for Ellen Whitbury though. More care about the Xenoboy. I might end the stream here. I've been kind of going for a while. Ah, it's possible. I mean, it pretty much looks like the thing, though it is confirmed to be one hunter. Huh. I'm gonna end the stream here. We kind of did a lot. We did quite a bit of mining, and yeah, we did pretty good. I mean, what we got over 6 stacks, 8 stacks of iron, a lot of coal. Yeah. I think next time we're going to build the storage room, which is going to go down. And then we're going to start working on some other stuff. But I'll speak to you all late on another stream. I might stream later on Fortnite. I don't know. I didn't stream yesterday because I was just kind of tired.